What up? What up? What up?
What up? What up? What up? What up? What up?
What up,
What up?
though?
What up? We are back. Switch Pay live.
Switch play.
Switch Play live. Switch Play remote live.
You've been throwing you've been too busy throwing all that meat around, Mike. So you don't
Thanks,
know how
man.
that. You
Thanks,
don't know
man.
that.
What kind of meat you been throwing around?
I don't know. Welcome back. We are on episode 4, the quarantine edition. What is
Yes.
today's topic?
You know what today's topic is? It's about what do you expect in relationship, the do's and the don'ts.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That is a good one.
Yeah.
That's a
That's
good one.
And we will have a special guest on here in a
yeah.
few.
Interview.
Miss
Uh,
Deborah Lane
Spencer!
Spencer.
I wish we had some sound effects. We
Yeah,
could
we're
be
gonna have to get that
going.
going.
Yeah, we gotta get the pop, man.
Lady Melody.
Yeah,
We gonna
lady,
blame you for the sound effects just because.
just because. Hey, hey, Mike, you like my background?
That's what's up. I ain't paying
Ooh,
attention.
what's that?
Like two things hanging right there.
What?
Two things. You know what? That's all you can get out of this, Nicole.
No, I'm saying
You been in the house too long. You want two things, Nicole?
All right, let me share this
like
screen.
salad.
Lady Melody, you want two things?
Hmm.
Mike, the only thing she was able to point to,
Pause.
Mike just popped out. Hold on,
He
let me
left
make,
us.
yeah. Mike does. Mike, you just walked out. You just left the room.
I was getting ready
Just
to.
leave and come back
Okay,
in.
okay. Well, go ahead and leave. We'll be talking. Hey, y'all. So today, so Lady Melody, did you see today on how people are really getting creative? I was watching TMZ, and on TMZ they was showing like a lot of people getting creative by just being stuck in the house. Like, what's his name? No, Don Wahlberg. You see what he was doing?
Mark Wahlberg.
No, his brother, Donnie.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah.
Yes,
No, I
so, huh?
I didn't see what he was doing. I um I didn't watch TV today. I was working. So
Oh, we forgot you was essential out here in these streets. My bad.
Yeah, you,
We
yeah,
gonna live that essential life. I
yeah.
can't watch the TV.
Essential life. I can't do these headphones. I'm sorry. Hello, can y'all hear me?
that's how
Yeah.
Okay. So, Nicole, you are essential, but you've been essential. Lady Melody, I can't even hear you. I just read your lips. I can't hear you.
you can't hear me
Now I
now.
can hear you. Now I
Hello.
can hear you on the AT&T stuff. But listen, so Donnie Wahlberg had got like all his friends together, and they did a song. He started a song. He got everybody else to start finishing, like Boys the Men, um, Kelly Clarkson is that her name, and a couple other people. And I thought it was just so dope. I think we should try something like this. Do a song. We started and let other people, let our friends, because everybody we got some friends. I
That would
think we
be a
should
good.
let our friends. Nicole, I can't hear you. We just seeing your lips move.
I heard her.
Uh,
I can hear
yeah.
her. I ain't know what she said. But
Can you hear me now?
Oh, okay. I guess. So anyway, we got friends. So I think we should just get our friends to finish off a song. So maybe after we go into break or whatever, we can come up with a song we can start with, as long as there ain't no real singing song. Mike is back with us. What up, though, Mike?
What up, dope? What up, dope?
Okay. So for those who watching us, don't forget leave a comment in the Switchplay TV comment box so you can get seen and we can let people see. Oh, you had to go shine up, Mike. It might don't look like Mega Man. I don't know either. I swear.
he
You
said
said who?
Mega Man.
Yeah, yeah, him right there.
Whatever. Go ahead.
Him downstairs. I
Yeah,
kept it, Mike.
put our logo on there and
Why you
stuff.
put that
There
on
you go.
me? Oh,
You said what?
We-
he put the logo
It's
right
back
there.
now.
Yep. Oh,
Yeah,
there
it's
you
back.
go.
So, Mike, how was your day today, brother?
My day was actually really, really good. I was real sleepy last night because I took a nap yesterday, and I had a lot going on yesterday. I've been working on a lot of stuff, So
Hmm.
just trying to get different things done. I actually have an audition for a movie, so I'm studying lines for that.
Okay.
So, I was up kind of late last night, so it hit me throughout the day, and then having to drive, it was
Okay,
pretty.
what were you doing while you was driving? What was you
Yeah, I
doing
didn't
all
know
day?
that.
I was delivering
Meat.
essential product.
Mike is over there delivering meat. Mike is a boy. You is a meat deliverer.
That's what I do.
You're very essential.
Mike is essential. He's a meat deliverer.
Very
So, Mike, how do people get your meat?
Well, first off, I just deliver it.
Oh, okay, okay.
You
Do you have a particular number of people call you for you to deliver your meat?
And sometimes they pre-order.
So your meat get pre-ordered.
So what is the subject again?
Right, exactly. The subject is the do's and don'ts in a relationship, and what do you expect?
Yeah, what do you expect in a relationship to do's and don'ts? Lady Melody, I don't like you right now. You're such a party pooper.
No, you
Um,
did good.
I was
Good
going
job.
to elaborate because I wanted to say the subject, but then, is it a do or don't to deliver your meat to other people? So that's a do and don't, do's and don'ts of a
okay.
relationship. Right, Mike?
I didn't hear you say that again. You started like doubling.
I said that the do's and don'ts of a relationship is not to deliver your meat to other people or to others. So is that a do or don't in a relationship? Since you all
Exactly.
were talking about meat.
Right. You keep your meat in your own relationship. So
Right.
technically
Absolutely.
didn't stray away from Miles. We directed it in a different way, but it's all
so,
good though.
I just really wanted to
so
reiterate the subject, the do's and
right.
don'ts of a relationship.
No, it's not just the do's and don'ts. It's what you expect in a relationship and the do's and don'ts.
Yeah, I'm trying to get us up to where I
But what you
can.
expect in a relationship is not what you always get. So your expectations may be disappointed.
No, but
I
that's the
mean, you
whole
may
point. But that's the
disappoint
whole point about being in a relationship. We get with that in a moment. I
Can I
was
jump
just
in?
I was catching up on iVow, which our guest was starring in, and the show was. I was just telling Mike like I think it's good. I think they really got something there, Mike. What you think?
I think so too. I didn't finish the all the episodes. I actually only got I only finished one, the first one. So I'm still in the process of going through it, but I actually like it though.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
saw 2 episodes, and yes, I did. I enjoyed both of them. Um, it was really, really interesting. It's, as far as the plot and how, which our guest is going to come on soon and talk about. But I just thought, the little twist in it was very interesting
Yes.
in regards to a relationship period.
Yeah.
So
I think in today's society, a lot of times relationships, um, I don't want to say be underplayed, but I think it be overplayed a lot too. I think people try to look too deep into a relationship. I think they are Krishan. The show is called iVow. We're gonna have one of the stars come on in the interview in a minute. She's gonna tell you a little bit more about it and gonna give you some more information about it. So stay tuned, okay? If you can, Mike will be posting. Um, Mike will be posting the link if you want to come in after Debbie come on, and you can talk. But it's gonna be visual, so don't act like if you can't get on camera, don't call us. We don't want to see no box just doing like this. So just let you know. Thanks for checking in, though, Krishan.
Yes, we
Uh,
appreciate you, Krishan.
so from your perspective, Lady Melody, without giving away the plot or anything, I was really intrigued on the quality. I mean, I was like, hey, quality was the bomb. The sound was dope.
excellent,
Um,
very
yeah, the sound was impeccable. Kimani, when you get a chance, we're gonna send you a link. Just listen to Dave. Please go check it out. I think you'll really be intrigued. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
indulging into it deeper because Mike, it was really like fast paced too. Whether you knew it or not, it was going like this. You was like, hold on, wait a minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I thought it was really dope. I thought it was really dope. Today, Mike was talking about also dealing with the COVID. We can't help but to bring it up, but it was a lot of TMZ exposed a lot of people about who was out and about just because their governors
Man,
said it was okay, and it wasn't just Georgia, and it wasn't just Chicago. TMZ actually shined some light on the Caucasian community as well. Today they really blasted them out like there are some idiots. Like I was sitting there like, wow,
Was it in I heard about some people in LA.
I mean,
yeah,
what I
yes,
was seeing besides the, I know they was definitely out here protesting, out here trying to be in they gardens and stuff because they was mad at least here in Michigan because they couldn't go and be in their garden supplies and stuff, supply stores and stuff. But what all was you seeing?
I was seeing how in California a lot of them beaches was being filled up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of them, like the main two or three, was getting filled up, and they was not practicing safe distancing, and they was not having face masks on.
Well, one of the things that I did see,
I mean, you can almost kind of expect that when people, when a bunch of people going to the beach, they're not about to be like that. They all about trying to have fun because they've been locked up in the house for the past however many
right.
weeks. So, people not going to listen for real. And then now we're going to get another spike in cases from all those people that went out and thought that it was cool not wearing masks, not practicing social distancing. So
right.
It's going to be a rude awakening in about a week or so when all those people that was out and about that wasn't paying no attention end up catching COVID.
All right. One of the things that I did see over the weekend was, you know how the governor opened up the golf course back up? I think she opened it Friday. So Saturday, I rode past a golf course, and the golf course was filled and packed with people. So
Wow.
yeah, they just couldn't wait. It was like instantly, like right away. What's going on, Ray Ski Price?
What up, my friend?
I made it.
Hey, I'm tag you in it. I'm a tag out. Oh wait, I gotta go this way.
No,
I can't hear Mike. I can't hear Mike. So I gotta.
One time.
You can't hear me.
Sorry about that. Yeah. I kept yelling. I know you can hear me, and I was looking at the screen. And underneath it said "Enter broadcast." I'm like, oh. I'm like, why are they not letting me on? You can hear me.
Right. So Elliot, we was talking about some of the things that people was exposing.
I seen so many people out today. It was crazy, and they kept walking up to me. I didn't want to be rude, but I should have been rude.
Yeah.
How's it going? What's
he just freeze.
I haven't done shit. Why are you asking me?
And like the funny part, I was in Family Dollar yesterday because I was painting the green. Now it's a green room, thank God. And this lady was getting annoyed because this other young lady had like 2 kids, and she was like directly behind her, right? She's like, "Excuse me, 6 feet, please, 6 feet." I'm sitting there like.
I'm not gonna lie, I've been that guy before.
I was like, because the kids, you could tell they was running around her spitting and stuff. You could tell she was like, shut up. It was funny.
It's weird because I feel like I keep having to tell old people. Like young people get it. Old people just like walk right up to me and just be like, "How are you? How have you been? What's going on?" I need to relax. I know I look old, but I'm not. You need to just back up. Okay? But no,
they're so set in their ways.
Crazy.
What'd you say, Lady Melody?
I said they're set in their ways. The older people are set in their ways.
They're gonna be set in the goddamn doggone casket. The way set in their ways, they need to sit their ass down.
I just feel like they lived through so much that like now you're telling them there's a flu that they gotta stay away from. They're like, yo, you haven't seen the shit I've seen. Fuck this flu.
Right. But it's funny. It's funny you say that because again, I was in the market and this old guy like this ain't shit. Talking about some coronavirus. This ain't nothing. I'm wearing my mask because there's a lot of other dirty motherfuckers around here, but this ain't shit. I keep my distance anyway from people. It was funny as hell. We was in
Right?
the
Can you?
book. We was
Yeah.
in the
Can you
book.
imagine telling a? Can you imagine telling a Marine that was in Vietnam now is like 80, 70 years old, like, yo, you got to stay away from
Right. Yeah.
Right.
because of this flu. They're gonna be like, if you don't get away from me, you know what I've done in my life.
Right. You know how to ate my partner guts out while just to survive in the wilderness? Would you say,
Right.
Lady Melody?
She froze.
She froze. That's the 18.
Like
It looks like
we
Elliot
had.
was in the bathroom.
No, I'm here on the staircase smoking. Sorry about that.
I was just about to say that he in the smoking section.
About
Yep.
Elliot's definitely in the smoking section.
Sorry
So
about that.
speaking of smoking, y'all hear about Kim Jong Lee Wu Tang Ting Tung Tung?
I heard about that.
Well, they say that he's not. He didn't pass away.
Right,
They're
he's not
saying
dead.
they've had sightings of him, and he's still around.
They had sightings of him like he's Bigfoot. Like we seen him. It went that way. Hey Nicole, you gotta pass this along. They
Oh, yeah,
Nicole,
hold on.
get the mic, pass the mic. So yeah, so they were saying that he's a heavy chain smoker. He also had heart trouble, and he just need to take it easy.
They said he had a heart attack.
Yeah, yeah. He had a heart attack doing a speech, I think, too. I mean, that's when he had a heart attack.
That's the one thing I realized is like when I start running, now that I've just been like locked inside the house for so long,
Mm-hmm.
I could definitely feel that smoking. It's terrible. Jesus.
And
As I light another cigarette.
Stop, Elliot. Stop. Just stop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just imagine how we feel when y'all do it around us.
Actually, they said it was a study that secondhand smoke is deadlier than people that smoke
Oh,
due
yeah,
to
for
the
sure.
fact that because when people smoke, they have a filter on that cigarette.
Yeah.
But the smoke that we're inhaling is the actual
Smoke.
smoke. So
But what about my lungs?
Yeah, so if your
I'm
lungs
saying
is
I feel like
filthy,
my lungs are your filter though. You know what I'm saying?
nah. Yeah, because if
No,
your
it
lungs
doesn't
is
work like that.
filthy, it's coming off your lungs, then coming out your mouth, and then we breathing it in.
So just imagine how you. So in other words, Elliot, imagine how your breath smell.
He said my lungs are filthy. I can't even imagine after that. Like Jesus Christ.
Your breath is poison.
That was the nicest way of being shat on by anybody. Nobody.
hey,
said
so
your,
I want to
your
get
filthy
into
lungs.
Hey, wait a minute. Speaking of getting shit on, is it me or have they been using seeing a whole lot of bit more Depend commercials lately?
What is it? What commercial?
Depends.
That might just be you.
I've seen a lot of medication commercials.
And definitely seen a lot of medication commercials. But okay, so Mike, let's start off with you. In a relationship, what do you expect?
Do I expect trust, patience,
Chocolate kisses. Sorry.
chocolate,
My
sex.
bad. That's why I said chocolate kisses. But
He said, damn them kisses, I want sex.
Right.
Skip straight to it.
Definitely patience too. But I think a lot of times you really shouldn't come into relationships with a whole lot of expectations because then you tend to get let down a lot. So you got to be careful with a lot of the expectations. That's why I don't have a whole lot. But I do have my few, like the patience, because I'm somebody I think you need to be patient with. And have some understanding, because I am a busy man, I live a busy life. So as long
But
as
because what you be doing all day, right?
you say what?
Because what you be doing all day, right?
Yep, exactly.
I mean, a woman gotta be confident in herself with her man delivering his meat all day.
I do everything, from delivering me to entertainment with singing, acting.
So you entertain while delivering your meat?
Sometimes I do, yeah.
And David dance on the side.
Well, Mike, what I was gonna say to you was, to all of us and everybody watching, like expectations. I don't. In a relationship, there should be expectations. In the
I believe it
dating,
should be some, definitely.
in the dating process, no. I think there should be ground rules laid out in the dating process, and then once y'all decide to become in a relationship, then expectations should be set on the table. Like this, is what I expect out of the woman I'm with, and the man and the woman need to say, "This is what I expect out of the man I'm with." And if we decide to live together, this is also what I expect.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Now, if you ain't getting that, then what you do?
What'd you say?
If you're not getting that, then what you do?
Well, that's the part about dating. If you're not getting what you want while you dating, you're not gonna get what you get while in a relationship.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You're just not gonna get it. If you're not satisfied while dating, you're not gonna be satisfied in a relationship.
Period.
Yeah, and I think people
But
need to understand that.
then sometimes you have people that fakes the funk.
Oh, do you say, but okay. Hey, y'all, we got our guest about to come in right now. So, say hi to Debbie. Well, maybe not.
You got all the way.
Maybe not.
There she go.
There she goes.
Hey y'all.
Hey there.
How
Can you
are
see?
you?
Your name is covering your face.
Yes.
Hi everybody. Oh my god.
Can you move your camera down a
What's
little
up,
bit?
y'all?
We gotta
Yeah.
see all we see is forehead. We got forehead and them brows. That's all we got.
Hold on.
Yeah, fix your camera. There we
Is
go.
that better?
Well, she got all kind of you got a lighting. You got a ring light in there or something.
Yeah, she got a ring light.
Yeah.
She got full production going
Yeah,
on.
man. Listen. Everyone should have one.
I need to invest.
Ring lights for everyone.
You so silly. I don't know how you look into the people, Debbie, but to us, I think she's sideways. Is she sideways?
No.
No, she's
Am I
sideways to you
sideways?
because you were probably on the computer.
You know what? You're right. I am on. You said that before. You're right. Don't worry about it, Debbie. You look fine, but maybe you on the center. Is Debbie? Is she centered?
Okay.
Yeah.
She not
I
centered.
think because
right.
Miles,
Yeah,
you're
I
the host.
there
it
she
comes
go.
up different.
There you go. Now we can see that pretty little face. There we go, Debbie.
What's up, y'all?
What's happening? So today's topic is what to expect in a relationship, the do's and the don'ts.
Oh my.
So Mike had told
Oh,
us.
so y'all already answered?
No, not yet. No, but some of us. But Mike had told me that you had a new show on,
Yes.
and he wired me up on it, and then I was watching it.
You watched it?
I watched.
I watched it.
Be
Well,
quiet, Melody. No, Lady Melody watched at least 2 episodes. Me and Mike watched 1 episode.
tell me to be quiet. You don't tell me to be quiet. I support
Y'all,
Debbie.
I am so sorry.
Don't
I apologize,
try.
but my internet is acting so crazy.
Yeah, what?
I can hear you a little bit. You said it was great?
Great.
I'm so nervous.
Yes, it was great.
It was great.
Uh-oh. That's
Debbie, you got Metro PCS?
She did say her internet was bad.
Yeah, internet was bad. Her and Nicole her and Lady Melody go to the same internet provider.
oh boy down the street.
There's nothing wrong
To
with
be
mine.
fair,
Thank you.
I can't hear Lady Melody or Elliot.
Lady Melody, I've just been listening. I've been trying to learn.
I can't hear that. I can hear you, and I can hear.
Can
you
anybody else hear me?
I can hear you, Elliot. Kimani and Lady Melody and Lady Melody have the worst connection in the world.
That's a Google fact, at least for now.
Well, let me try to
I'm glad to get this straight.
Is this better?
That's a whole lot better.
Is that better?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't want to bring Debbie back home.
Can you hear me?
There go Debbie. Is she back home?
Man, it still sounds like I'm in the helicopter. Sorry.
Helicopter.
Do you have Metro PCS?
You said what?
You have Metro?
Oh,
Miles, I can't hear you.
Talk to her, Mike.
He said you have Metro PCS.
No, I do not. I have cricket. Thank you. I'm just I was like.
That's funny.
iPhone.
Okay. So
I can hear Mike.
okay, well, Mike, you don't have to translate.
All right.
Quit sticking stuff in your mouth.
Shut up.
He eating Snickers again. He over there eating Snickers again.
I wish I could hear you.
No, it's actually a cake.
Talk. You gotta talk to Debbie for us because she can't hear us.
You can't hear none of them.
Hi, Debbie.
Now you can't hear me.
Ooh. You know what?
Deb, can you
Y'all
hear
have
me?
a good show.
No, come back.
No, stay.
I love
Anybody,
y'all.
who can you hear?
Don't leave.
What?
Who can you hear?
You can't hear anything.
Can you hear?
I can hear
anybody?
Camille.
Can you hear
Come on.
anybody?
Come on.
No, my name is Elliot.
Stop.
Crazy.
Kimani has said shit. My name is Elliot.
The white one is the little white one.
Honey, you
She can
Yo,
hear
it might
me.
be better if I just bring somebody a can with a string. I think we'd be straight. If I just, let me find some canned goods.
Take out your headphones. Take these out.
I love y'all.
Take these out.
Take your headphones out.
Let me try that.
take your earphones
How about
unplug your
now?
phone. Yeah.
Okay, hello.
Can you hear us?
Hello?
Can you?
Can you hear me?
Hi, Debbie.
I'm talking.
Can you hear me?
hear
And
what
now
I'm
she's
saying?
Can you hear me? You can hear us?
You're going in slow motion.
No.
Can you hear anybody?
Go in the bathroom. Go in the bathroom and get on the phone. Go in the toilet. Go sit on the toilet and come. Never mind. Okay.
Oh, she gone. She gone. She gone.
Okay, y'all. So what we gonna do? Let's run this. Let's run the preview or the actual what trailer for iVow. Okay, we'll be right back.
I think a lot of times we lack patience in relationships and we move emotionally, right? We don't have all the answers. We can see the end of the tunnel. We're seeing our way through it a little bit, but we're making emotional decisions based off not being patient. And I think that this storyline, you'll realize if we don't communicate, somebody's gonna end up doing something that they're going to regret. Whatever you're dealing with, whether it's communication, whether it's trust, insecurities, being impatient, talking emotionally, outbursts, other people being involved in your relationship, this is a film that you want to see because you'll finally be heard.
I am not who I was before. I'm done hiding from all my failures. Wait and see my
Wow, that was powerful. When I first seen the trailer, I was like, oh, this is gonna be so dope. And Debbie, if you're watching us, at least comment, tell us your what you expect in a relationship and your do's and don'ts, and also try again. Go into a new place in your house, the bathroom, or the kitchen, something to where you might have a better signal.
Yeah, or try from your laptop.
Your laptop, definitely.
Yeah, that might work.
For those who watching, don't forget y'all can always comment. Mike, did you put the link in Switchplay TV?
Oh, I forgot it. Yeah, I'm about to do it right now.
If not, I can do it. You may do it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, we definitely want to hear from everyone, finding out what they expect in a relationship and their do's and don'ts. Because a lot of people, some people don't even have expectations, as far as I'm concerned.
You said
They
a lot of
go
people
in.
don't.
To me, they don't. They have.
They
They
just let a
have-
lot of stuff go. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Correct. And then there's no communication when it comes to it. And then they expect somebody to be a certain way and then communicate afterwards and say, okay, well, I didn't know you were going to be like that.
Well,
You know what I'm saying? So
but I think that's what.
that's what I'm saying. They don't communicate their
Say that last part again. You went out.
I think she said they don't.
they do not communicate their expectations.
Oh well, one for certain, I do agree with you. But the whole thing is, if people don't expect expectations in any kind of relationship, that relationship will not last. Period. I don't care if it's a work relationship or intimate relationship. It has to be some expectations. Somebody has to be accountable for their actions. Um, and with that being said, I just look at how a lot of people they just give up at the first thing of friction. I forget it. We can end it real quick. I'm the type of person I would end it because if you be like, I think we just not working. I'm like, okay, because I'm not gonna fight for something that you're not even explaining or not trying to resolve yourself. And people think just because you convey something or say something that the other person should actually get it. Like we've been talking to Elliot about smoking, he still don't get it.
I still, yeah, just not, no expectations, bro. No expectations. I'm gonna quit smoking tomorrow and get hit by a car. Who knows? You know what I mean?
And the crazy part is stuff like that has happened to people. People that been in war, then did 3 visits in war, come home and get shot in the leg and die. It'd be crazy. I done seen that happen. So you're
I
right.
was reading a story where somebody they stopped smoking to save for a new car, and they ended up like quitting smoking and then saving up for the car. Ended up dying in that car accident in that same exact car
Dang.
Yeah.
that they saved for, which is crazy.
He just
But
kept.
no, like as far as the expectations go, I feel like sometimes if you live your life without expectations, it could be a blessing. Like
Dude,
if you don't well, it depends. If you
Because
end
then
up
you
with
can't
that,
let yourself down. You can't be let down.
yeah,
If you got
exactly. Like I feel
expectations.
like if you and that person are on that same level, then you guys can build together from the ground up to where like you guys are starting fresh, and anything that's expected out of you, you kind of don't expect that out of the other person, but you kind of hold yourself more accountable than, you know what I mean? Because I don't know, with the expectation things, it's hard to change people. So if it's
Yeah.
like if
Yeah.
that person's a
I don't,
certain way and you still love them, that expectation, you're willing to make that sacrifice for that. You know what I mean?
yeah, I don't think you should ever try to get in the business of like trying to change somebody or try to get them to fit what you think your expectations are. Because I feel like
Right.
it's almost kind of like you're trying to build a person or create this imaginary person instead of just
But
taking that person as is, whether you like them or
right,
not. Like, okay,
right.
I
I feel
like
like
this
people
about
do
this.
that in life, though. I feel like people do that in life, and it's like you can make all the plans you want, but whatever God's got planned for you, that's what's going to ultimately happen. So sometimes you could either be on a real high or you could be on a real low, like living by those expectations. You know what I mean?
right.
So
Race.
sometimes, yeah.
No, go ahead.
You say change someone's mind. What do you mean by that? Because you can't change anybody. People change on a daily basis. So what do you mean by that?
No, ultimately, like if you have expectations
You
for,
can't
let's
hear
say,
me?
yeah, you were kind of breaking up, but I think I got the gist of it. If you're kind of living your life like expecting something out of life or another person, ultimately, I feel like you're going to be disappointed for the most part. Like, who are you going to meet that's going to meet your expectations 100%, or what in life is going to happen that's going to meet your expectations 100%? And even if that happens, what about after that? Are you going to truly be happy?
I would say no to that answer. I
Yeah,
feel
because
like
then your
most people think
expectations
they
will
know.
reach. Yeah, yeah.
You think you
Sorry.
know what's great for you until you find out, oh, okay, it really wasn't
Right.
that. Like,
Some of the expectations like I've had for my life for relationships that didn't plan out the way that I had expected were a blessing. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, because I feel this, kind of the same way about that, because I don't in life I don't expect a lot of stuff to come towards my way. So then when something come my way that's actually great, then I do feel like it's a blessing. And I think
Right.
a lot of times people expect too much out of somebody. It's like they're expecting a person to be something that they're not, even though they can see how they are, but then still expect them to be a certain way just because that's how they want them to be. And you can't be like that.
Exactly. I feel like expectations is somewhat like projecting your insecurities onto others. I'm
Hmm.
not saying that like totally, but certainly when we're talking about relationships or life in general, what I expect out of somebody is technically what I expect out of myself. So it's like like for the most part, I try to deliver. Sometimes I don't, and that's like a different ordeal. But kind of, you shouldn't be disappointed when somebody else doesn't deliver, because it's like if you're not delivering on yourself, then that you're getting that because you're not delivering on your own terms, let alone somebody else's. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So then, I guess the way I'm hearing it, are you basically saying that your expectation is what you are in a relationship versus what that person actually is? Because it's like, okay, I expect me to be like this in a relationship or on my way to a relationship, so this person should be exactly that too.
I guess what I'm saying is like these expectations I have, if I'm not fulfilling them, if I'm asking the best out of somebody else, but I'm not providing the best that I can, it's not fair for me to ask someone else the best of them. I should be able to make that compromise if I'm willing to kind of do it for myself. Because that's not fair to a person. If I'm asking you to be perfect and I'm being way less than perfect, who would want to be with that? Or like, how can a relationship grow in that manner? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
get that.
Debbie is back. Debbie, can you hear us?
I'm back, and I get what you're saying, man. You cannot
Ooh, she
expect
came
something
in
from.
clear.
There you go. There you
Clear.
go. Look at that internet connection. All 6 bars, baby.
Yeah, I went and pulled some cords from my neighbor's house, so we good.
There you go.
She got them bars. That's
Making it
Wow,
happen.
speaking.
Teach me your bootleg skills after this.
I got you. I got you.
So Deb, we are talking about what to expect in a relationship, the do's and don'ts. What the hell, Lady Melody just start laughing for?
She got a late response over there.
Uh,
Oh.
okay, so what's your expectations? What do you expect in a relationship?
Um, it's crazy. I expect honesty, even if it hurts. Like, tell me my breath stank, something. But
Yeah,
no,
I'm so
like,
good.
just be. I so will.
Yeah, that's a
But
good
no,
one.
like honesty. I think it's that's necessary, and then for you to be willing to love in your capacity, but willing to grow. And I think that when people say I want to be loved, but I may not have the capacity to love you in the way that you
Need to
actually
be
need,
loved.
right?
Right.
But if
Right.
I'm open to growing, then I think we can have something successful.
See, that's dope. That's dope. I think Elliot was basically pushing on that terms too by saying that you have to be willing. You have to be willing to give up your. You have to be willing to give up yourself, and the same with whoever you with. They have to be willing to do the same.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
she put it together way better than I did. I'm not as articulate. I was just basically saying
You
like,
can
if, I was just basically trying to say kind of exactly what she said, but in layman terms, like I guess like if you're just willing to get better with me, like you take me for my
yeah.
flaws and like realize like, hey, I see your flaws, if you see mine, and we could kind of grow on it together. Like I have strengths in this department that I could teach you in, whether it's cooking or exercising or
Hmm.
communicating, and you have strengths in whatever. Me being patient or me kind of not being
Not
I don't
smoking in
want
the
that.
house.
Yeah,
Like not
exactly.
smoking.
Yeah.
What you gonna do then, Elliot? Are you gonna
You don't
change?
you know you're about
I'm
to.
gonna change. Yeah, I'm in the back. I'm not in the house.
And so Deb, we was watching iVow, and
Ah,
that is so beautiful. I didn't even see this coming. I never heard of it and nothing until Mike showed me the promo, and I was like, "Oh, this look like this could be dope." I was
yeah.
like, "Y'all kept this on the hush, like for real."
We did. So basically, Kenneth Nelson is a phenomenal director and writer from Lansing. He's up in Lansing. And he did this movie, Sincerely Brenda. I don't know if you guys heard about it, but it won several awards here in Michigan and abroad. Like everybody's been talking about this independent film. So when I heard that he was having auditions, I got with Don Snipes and Henri. Like, I want to be in this guy's film,
Mhm.
but I didn't want to just, I don't know, I want to work hard to get it, and put everything that I could into it. And the way that he shot it, it was like, it's four stories, but they're all about marriage, whether you're dealing with divorce or infidelity, insecurities, um, people wanting you or expecting you to have children, and you having to really have a team, like have that partnership. He's like teaching all these lessons, but the beauty about this series is it leaves you having questions afterwards, so it opens up so much dialogue you know, about how can you handle that situation, or what would you do in that situation. So I like that part of it. It was like the relationship Twilight Zone.
That's pretty dope.
You're like, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was telling Mike. It was actually really fast paced, but it was really calmed down. Like
Yeah.
it was like you're like, hold on, wait a minute.
Right. What just happened? Wait, who?
Right, like I had to rewind a couple times.
Yeah.
So I love the sound. I love the clarity of the film. I'm gonna call it a
Thank
film
you.
because it looks very
I
good.
know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how many episodes are there?
So
It's just the four, right?
there's 4.
Okay.
There's 4. Yeah.
Okay, I just making sure. How long did it take y'all to shoot that?
2 days.
Oh,
And 2 days. We were on set. I think we probably got there like 9, and we would leave every morning like 2 a.m. The way Ken works, he is very meticulous, but it's like a piece that he sets on the atmosphere in the set. Like, take your time. We'll get there when we get there. Instead of like rushing production, it's just
Right.
like, yeah. And so as you can see,
You was getting there too, Deb.
man,
You was getting
thank
there.
you, Miles. Thank
Yeah,
you.
you was really getting there. I really enjoyed you. And the funny part, I just have a problem when the lead male.
You have a problem with it.
No, I have a problem when the lead male hair is just as long as the female hair. That's the only thing that threw me for a loop.
Well, next time we'll bring you on set to be a stylist.
Thank you.
Pull his hair back or something.
No.
You can run through a scout, pull him back in the ponytail. So.
All right. Let me know what his hands with.
Let that man rock his hair.
I mean, I'm just joking. His hair was dope. What you saying, Lady Melody?
she not froze. She blinking.
Oh, I get to talk.
Wow. I was talking and you were interrupting me. You know, I got the power. I can mute you at any time. Go ahead, Nicole. I mean, Lady Melody, seriously.
Yes. I love you so much.
I can't hear you. We
I'm
can't.
still muted.
We know you're not muted.
Okay, so
Your internet is muting you.
okay. Okay, listen. So Debbie, the part that you played,
Nicole, you need to text her because you keep going. You going
that
like
you played, Debbie,
I can hear you now.
was a married woman who.
You might have to go steal your neighbor's cords too.
Am I going in and out?
yeah.
Oh no.
Can you toss some of your cords?
Up and over.
Right.
I'm a take them and I'm a pass them.
Okay, so I take them.
For real, can you?
Here, give me.
Okay.
There you go. There you go. Okay. She'll be back.
Oh,
That was funny as hell. But Deb, I would really like to say is every time I see you act, it seems like you get better and better.
Thank you.
You mentioned Henri. Did you go to Henri for some training or?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Henri dope as hell.
He's phenomenal. And I like literally the words is iron sharpens iron. And I believe that.
Yeah,
I don't think that we're ever too big to, be taught.
Mm-hmm.
And so I knew the expectation that Ken already has in his productions. And so I'm like, okay, let me call on some heavyweights. So I got with Don and Henri, and they helped me with my audition. What is it? The video that you have to put in for your audition?
You're real. You're real.
Yeah. And so they helped me with that, and we were like going over lines and really breaking down this character, Dina, and who she was. And then there was research that I did afterwards, like talking with my sisters. How was it being married and having a child, your first child, and your husband not loving you or looking at you the way that he used to look at you? And there was a lot of tears and a lot of understanding. I'm not married and I don't have kids. And so I knew it was necessary that I got some wisdom, so that I'm not just on here acting, but really becoming this character. So yeah.
Yeah, you did a damn good job, I swear.
Man, I love you, Miles. Thank you.
I laid too bad. But I really want to smack the hell out of you when you try to cut into old boy while you sitting there like
I'm sorry, what?
when in episode 1 when you just look at him like that's not why. Okay, I don't know. Like I was waiting for you like his penis was small. I don't want. I was waiting for you to say something crazy shit.
It was a lot of familiar looks in there.
Yeah.
A lot of
You
familiar
see,
looks.
you've
know
gotten
how
those looks before?
Yes.
you
Oh hell yeah.
you used to be
Interesting.
sitting there with your girl and
Yeah.
whatever's going on, whether it's another female or something in the room, and they say
Mhm.
something, you look a certain way, and then they get that look like,
Okay, wait a minute. She's back. Let's see how it's going. Go.
Welcome back.
Go.
she's frozen.
She froze.
Speak on it, Lady Melody.
She's back. It's starting to clear up.
There you go. There you go.
You
Go ahead.
gotta say
I don't
something.
know whatever Debbie did. She is
Right.
You know what? They
clear.
told me to move closer to my router.
Can y'all hear me?
So I'm like,
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you, Lady Melody.
Are you close to your
Hear
router?
me now? Thank you. I'm sorry.
we can hear you now. You sound
We-
amazing.
Mike, you being smart. What you say?
Oh my God. Did you start an IP Man 4 or something? You know you talking Chinese.
It's always a bunch of foolishness on here, Debbie.
I love you.
Am I-
Please, I'm putting this on my notification. I have to tune in to Switch Play. This is
I just want to knock you inside your head to go. Boop, boop, boop.
It's the dark internet.
Miles a mess.
Go ahead, Lady Melody. Can you talk now?
Miles needs to pass the mute button to somebody else.
I'm not gonna.
I'm just messing with you.
Yeah, it's on you.
We've been waiting on you to talk, Lady Melody.
Got me trying to shout over
I had
Debbie.
a question for Deb.
Yes,
Her
ma'am.
character.
Go ahead.
Her character was married, had a baby, and so I don't want to give everything away, but there was a scene that her husband may have wanted to do other things with other people and involve her. And so what advice would you give someone in a relationship in regards to that?
Oh, that's a very interesting question.
Are you asking her or her character?
I'm asking her because we're talking about relationships. So your expectations.
Okay, so me personally, I would not invite anyone in my bed. One
Well,
thing for sure. Why not?
I said, no. Well, how about it don't have to be your bed, but can you just invite somebody else into to the living room? Okay. I'm just checking.
I feel like relationships are already complicated with just the two. Honey, you start involving 3 and 4. Have you heard of those relationships? Remember the Cox? I think they were like having a 3 whatever, and then the girl
It's called a
started dating the
threesome.
other girl.
Called a threesome.
Thank you, Miles. I'm sorry. You know I'm still rated G. So they were having a 3 whatever, and and the girls started dating each other. You know, and that's just. I mean, Buddy felt. I mean, I bet he felt bad as a man. He probably lost some pride and strength. But
Actually,
no, what?
I would have been like, y'all keep on going. I tell you what, y'all got the rent for next month, right? Most of y'all got the rent for next month. Y'all go ahead, continue.
Yeah, but other than that, they had a shootout or something. Do y'all remember this? It was like some years
Wait,
ago.
this was real life?
This happened in Detroit.
Oh, wow.
They were like, there were some officers. They were all dating each other. But anyway,
Oh yeah. Yes, I actually know. I actually know the group.
you know the group. You tried to join.
I was long story, long time ago.
Okay.
It was a group because you talking about it was some sheriffs. It was some sheriffs.
Yeah.
There was some sheriffs involved, and there was a couple of Detroit police officers involved.
There you go.
Yeah,
That's too much confusion. I
it was-
know. No,
Yeah, because they don't know whether to wear blue or brown. I get that part, but the point was, whenever you cannot invite nobody into your relationship unless it's secure. That's a lifestyle that we have to really bring some lifestylers on. But that's a part that you have to really be in the lifestyle to understand it. So if you're not if you're not secure or and have everything already in place to go have other people involved in your relationship, that's a bad deal.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Lady Mel. That's not my lifestyle. And she's gone. I guess she
And
didn't
she
realize it.
leaves.
Yeah, and she leaves. She got AT&T. Listen, at the end of the day, we all gotta understand. Elliot gonna be Elliot, right? Elliot.
That's right. I need to smoke cigarettes. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh my gosh. I'm praying for you, Elliot.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I can use it.
Please,
Lady Melody, we got better. We got better. There you go. We see your smile. We see. Blink your eyes, so let us know you're live. Blink. Go. Oh, it's a delay. It's a delay. It's a delay. It's
And
a.
I feel like that last.
There's a beautiful smile. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
There
now
you
she
go.
blinking. There you go.
There she
That's a
go.
hard blink.
Uh, Elliot, did you? I mean, Kimani, did you catch her? Catch a kiss?
I caught it.
That was the Corona kiss.
Uh oh. Don't cough.
No, no, don't try to throw it back. Don't
I
throw
got,
it back.
I got,
No, that almost hit him.
we made a joke of Corona. We not we just joking. But anybody who lost any family members, we definitely you have our deepest condolences. We just got to keep on smiling and laughing because that's
Laugh to
how.
keep from crying.
Yes, because we have. I know people. I know one person lost 39 people in his life. So
Wow.
Jesus.
in the past 2.5 months. So that's kind of the. That's
That's
kind of
crazy.
the 39 people. So
That's heavy.
he he lost one whole household for his family for his cousins because of family they would keep going over each other's houses and all that bringing
Yeah.
it back
Yeah.
and it was like a house of 8, 7 of them died.
Man.
Yeah, I just seen it was like a live going on where there was I guess a family they had all I think all of them got lost or something like that, and it started from I want to say 7 years old. I mean, don't quote me on it. I just seen it earlier today, and I didn't get the full story, but like pretty much the whole household got sick with the coronavirus, the whole family.
That's
That's
crazy.
crazy.
Man.
There was a
Yes.
bunch of like the other family members. They were all outside and just grieving and going crazy because nobody knew what was going on. Nobody had masks on either. That was another thing.
Wow.
So
I mean, to be honest, I feel like it's just a lot of people that's just not taking this as
They're
serious as
not.
it is. Like people don't realize. And I saw a report the other day about how even people who don't really show symptoms who are asymptomatic,
Yeah.
they are not just, either getting sick or dying from strokes from it.
Jesus.
Like people are getting either having a stroke or getting meningitis from it. Like this COVID thing is a lot bigger than people think it is. Like they're just now figuring stuff out about what else it does and how else it transmits. Like this thing is mutating and people don't even realize
Yeah.
it or catch on.
So let me ask you this, although this is not my show, but I do have a question. Can I ask a question, Miles?
No course you can.
So what do you guys think about the lift? Do you feel like it's too soon? Do you feel like we should stay in a little bit longer? Like, how you feel about that?
I definitely think we should stay in longer.
I
I
think we
feel
should
like
stay.
I feel like shut everything down like how Italy was. Shut it all down for
Yeah.
like 2.5 weeks. If they would have just did that instead of like
Right.
the lenient lockdown, just shut it down 2 weeks,
Mhm.
2.5 weeks, and then come back and see where we at. I feel like that would have been better than be like, oh, okay, some of y'all stay home, some of y'all because it's like hella people still out and
Yeah,
about.
I think they should have just gave people like time to like let people know ahead of time. Okay, we are going to shut the country down for 2 weeks, whatever,
Mhm.
on this date. So that'll
Yeah.
give people time to go get all their essential stuff that they need.
Mhm.
Because you already know how people are. Your cousin and
Yeah.
stuff, Miles.
Yeah,
Miles.
but I think, but I agree with you totally, Mike. But I think the city and the state should have worked hand in hand together, and they should have broken down and start sweeping it because what it did, they caused the panic, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
And by them causing the panic, everybody trying to go to the grocery markets at one time, everybody trying to get as much stuff as they can at one time. I think if they should have shut down like they say 205, 216,
Yeah,
218,
yeah,
203, y'all go do them, and all the markets over in that area shut down. You feel me? Y'all shut down, and then y'all breaking them parts. Cool. This side y'all do the same, and then then it would lapse better, and then it wouldn't have been a panic. And then, hey, in 2 weeks, open back up. Y'all go to the market. Y'all have approximately 48 hours to do things, and if not, y'all can call it whatever. But they are commending our governor as being one of the best,
Yeah,
doing
she's awesome.
doing the best job. I think our governor has done a good job, and for them to mimic her on Saturday Night Live, I think she did a damn good
Right. You know you made it win.
Right.
job. Right.
If they do
Right.
SNL skit about you, you it now. You there?
Right.
You made
Because
Right.
people
You
been doing
good.
skits about Miles for years, and he up there.
Wait a minute. Am I the ass of your joke? I'll poke your ass.
That's funny.
I cannot deal.
Hey,
Lady
hey,
Melody look
Lady
like she in
ma'am.
real time now.
yeah. Look, her internet got bars. Her internet
What?
got.
The butter God jokes, really.
Oh, she getting
Really?
sensitive. No,
Now you
no.
want to be
Oh,
all
yeah,
sensitive.
sensitive.
Keep the line in.
Well, if you want to know the truth, this why you the butt of the joke. Listen, no. Go ahead, Nicole, baby. I mean, Melody.
You're not frozen.
No, I actually didn't hear what Debbie's response was of her do's and don'ts in a
Oh, well,
relationship.
what are you talking about? The lifestyle?
No, the do's and don'ts.
Oh,
Your
do's and
do's and
don'ts.
don'ts.
Okay, so we did expectations. So now my do's and don'ts in a
Dude.
relationship. Okay.
Yeah, like
Yes.
how many times are you going to allow somebody to cheat on you?
Or
Is it 5
smack
or
you.
3?
Or smack you.
Ooh, is that allowed? What year is this?
Why
We're
you
allowing this?
Oh, so you gonna let him choke you up? You ain't gonna let him choke you up?
Never, honey, never. We'll be in there looking like WWE.
So you don't like being
Yeah.
choked? So Debbie, you don't like being choked?
What?
Okay, I'm just asking. This is a question.
First of all, my do's and don'ts are very, very simple. Do laugh at my jokes.
Even if they're not funny?
They will never not be funny. Do no, yes, even if they're not funny. You know what is so something that's extra of me that I think that my brother told me that he's like, you gonna be lonely forever. But I like for me and my man to pray together. Even if we sit at the table eating dinner, like if we're at J. Alexander's, we're going to hold hands and we're going to pray.
Yeah, I do that. That's dope. Yeah.
Thank you. Somebody, please.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Nothing
that's
wrong
I
with
so
like
that.
simple.
that.
But
Ain't nothing
I
wrong with
love
that.
You
okay,
said you
thank
would be
y'all.
lonely because of that?
No, he was just playing with me, but he
Uh,
like, you making everybody pray for everybody.
hey, we need it.
But but fun. I love laughter. And especially for my black men, like y'all got the weight of the world on your shoulders. You know what I'm saying? You got expectations from corporate, just from you being a black man, period, being a family man, finance. You got to bring the money, what you bring into the table, blah, 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 blah.
Told you.
I feel
Man,
like,
Told you.
talk about this table.
Elliot, you got shit. See, you got it easy.
I'm listening.
I'm listening. So I feel like it's our duty as women to make y'all feel good, stroke your ego, laugh with you, make you laugh, whatever.
Yeah,
So that's a
stroke our
do.
ego. Definitely stroke our ego.
That's a
Yeah.
do. A don't
Yeah.
is man, we ain't in competition. I don't like competitive
Yes, we
relationships.
are. Wait.
No, we not. We are partners. I be raising a white flag in some of these relationships. Like, what's up with that? I'm not your enemy,
Okay,
right?
wait a minute. And if y'all partners, wait a minute, but who got the most shares in this company?
We in Okay, what's the competition? What competition is we not
Okay.
in?
All right. So one time I told this dude I got into a car accident. He said, "Man, let me tell you about the car accident I got in."
I hate
So
that.
you
I
don't
want to
like
hear
the one
about.
upper.
Are you serious?
I don't like a one upper.
Yeah.
I don't like a
Yeah,
one-up. Like,
that's
you know
not
what I'm
cool.
saying?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking of working on this album. Like, oh yeah, I got a cousin. She do this, da, da, da. Man, she got this many likes. She this, like,
You know what? You
can
know
you
You're
what?
talking
support
about
me
me here. Like, what do you
Yeah.
mean?
just for a little bit?
Debbie, you got to quit going with those guys that go to Cody. Them sound like people that went to Cody High School. You got to leave them old lunch munchers alone. If
I
they
feel like
went,
there's a healthy version of that.
Somebody else that did something. It wasn't them.
if they went to Cody, Murray Wright, or Kettering,
Hey. Back it up. Back it
You
up.
went to Murray Wright, didn't you, Mike?
Yes, I did.
oh, I'm sorry. Like I said,
Over
Oh,
here, he went to Mumford. That's why he's the way he is now.
hold on. Don't be pointing your gun
It's
at.
upside down. That motherfucker.
So yeah, man, don't compete. We are in this thing together. Another don't. I'm not gonna say it.
No.
You gotta say it.
You gotta say it.
Oh yeah, sorry.
You gotta say it.
Sorry.
You listening right
No,
now?
Come
that's
on.
a whole
Come on.
conversation.
No,
He coming to your square.
Don't expect me to do anything sexual
huh?
until we're married. And with that, I'm going to leave the room.
No.
You gotta say no.
You gotta say. So you saying nobody?
Back up, Miles. Back up.
You saying nobody can bite the cookie? Is that what you're saying?
You can't bite the cookies. You can't dip the cookies in the milk.
Okay, so Debbie, I got a question.
yes.
I got a question. What if, say, you go through this whole relationship, right?
Okay.
Y'all get married, jump the broom, fall over it, whatever, right?
Okay.
You on your honeymoons, everything going good, and now it's time for you to sample the cookie. What if it's stale?
Mouse. That is a very good question, and I've thought about this 50,000 times.
I want to try it out one time.
Listen here, I'm not a virgin, okay? So okay.
Okay.
So I believe that this is where that partnership comes in, where we can teach each other some things, or maybe watch something. I don't know, but I do not feel like you got to test drive everything and everybody, because everybody that says they want to marry you may not make it to the altar. It's not a
So
test drive.
if I told you, hey, Debbie, I'm gonna sell you this car, right? This is gonna be the last car you get to drive for the rest of your life. You don't want to test drive that car first. You just gonna take
if it's a physical car, yes.
If I say, hey, I got a brand Bentley right here, but you can't get in it, you can't start it, none of that until after you pay me. And you stuck with this car for the rest of your life.
I'm gonna need to test drive that physical vehicle.
Exactly.
But not a man.
But that's what you signed it up for.
So,
Listen here. Hey, and let me tell you something. God might be upset with me sometimes because I pray about some of the most craziest stuff. And that is on my prayer list. Be like, hey, don't bring him this way if he can't. You know what I'm saying?
don't be bringing me no Ford engine from a Festiva. I need a Charger engine.
What if he got a 2-cylinder?
Then I just gotta deal with it.
Okay, what about seeing it?
Huh?
What about seeing it?
Well, under the table in the classroom, like we used to when we was kids.
No, I mean,
Look under the table. I don't have to see it.
no,
I don't have to see it.
you don't have to see it.
I don't have to see it.
What if it's crooked and deformed?
I wouldn't know that until we get in
That's
the
my
room.
point.
What if it looked like a
You don't
lowercase?
even touch it,
Look,
Debbie. You don't even touch it.
huh?
You don't touch
I
it.
mean, I might, bump into it or something, but I feel like you wear some good gray jogging pants. I think I'm pretty okay with that. Hallelujah.
You can't bump into it and then not listen. Nah, that's not fair.
Get your dance on. Hey, what was
So
that?
you don't the tease until you get married.
No, it's not a tease.
Then you find out you dancing with Pee Wee Herman, you be mad as hell. I'm trying to tell you, Debbie, what you talking about is unethical all the way around.
But let me tell you something. So far, I haven't had any issues, and I haven't been scared about the outcome. So I guess literally my prayer has changed. I'm like, this is something that I'm waiting for.
Okay.
So God,
That's growth.
hear my request.
Would you say that's girth or growth? Would you say?
Growth.
Oh, okay. I mean,
Yes.
okay. So, Dad, I'm glad you're keeping your cookies in the cookie jar.
Thanks, sir.
Because I'm pretty sure you probably had some people trying to kill themselves, going crazy if you start dishing out your cookies.
It'd be crazy.
See, I told you.
See, y'all haven't yet heard any crazy rumors about Deborah in the acting life, right? Have you?
Nope.
Yeah. I mean, huh?
Yeah. Shut up. No, but for real, I think it's just something that I've been practicing for a few years now, and I hope I can stick to it. But that would be a don't for me.
Oh,
And it's something that I say up front because I don't believe in dragging a man along. That's just
Right.
ridiculous. We in this thing 6 months, and he like, so what you think? And I'm like, oh, I don't do that.
What do you mean?
No, you better tell me that up front so I can know if I need to have a chick on the side or something. Listen.
Yeah. Wait, would you allow that?
Well,
Is that not okay?
No,
No,
that is
it's
not
not
okay.
okay.
Why not?
Not at all.
Are you serious?
all I'm saying is this. Listen, this time is got true. This is 2020. Like hypothetically speaking, if I was 35 years old and a woman talking about I'm not having sex, that's cool. I understand. But we dating, right? So we just dating. That's cool. So I might have a piece on the side because we dating. I don't have to tell you, correct?
You're dating. Listen.
Okay, right.
No, you ain't gonna tell me nothing.
Right, that's right. So what I'm trying to explain to you, because a similar thing happened to my friend. This woman said she wasn't having sex. Come to find out, the reason why she wasn't having sex because she contracted herpes when she was like 22 years old.
Oh.
So
see, and that's something y'all feel like you have to be honest about,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But that's a whole nother conversation.
Nicole face is burned up. No, but seriously, she had contracted herpes when she was 22 years old, and she haven't had sex in like 8 or 9 years, and he fell in love with her. And she didn't tell him until they was about to be in a relationship as a year. Like he proposed to her.
Wow.
He
So what
proposed.
happened?
He proposed to her in church and everything. They wound up getting married, but it's certain steps that they had to make, and they got counseling because she had herpes. That don't mean that they still wound up having sexual intercourse, of course, and they even had a baby.
So she won.
Huh?
She won.
Yeah, but it's certain periods and times where a female, if she have herpes, that don't mean she gonna pass it on to her child, and that don't mean that the man gonna catch it neither. So they worked it out, but at the same time, they very careful. Still to this day, I think their daughter may be 10.
Wow.
So about 10 or 11, and they are happy, and I be sitting there like, wow, they can make this a Valtrex commercial because this is some shit. This is some beautiful shit right here. Because
you are troubled. You are a troubled individual.
No, but seriously, I think
that's awesome.
I think people need to really put it on the table on what they're doing. Like you go tell somebody like you're not thinking about sex right now. This is something that you keep in between until something come about. I don't know if it's going to be engagement that bring out the sexual beast in you, Debbie, but or marriage. But what I'm saying is, a man has to be strong enough to really deal with that and go home with you and go and be with you every day or every other day or lay next to you and not have these particular feelings and want to pray before they eat their food.
There you go.
But he probably really praying like, I hope I don't cheat on her.
Over some
requires some prayer.
Lord, I hope I don't cheat on her because she won't give me this ass. I'm up here sitting there. So.
And Mike's weekly pastoral visits. Like that's
yeah. So yeah, all right, but I like to say this and end it off. I love iVow, and Debbie, tell people how they can see iVow.
So you can go to the iVow Facebook page, and all of the episodes are there. Episode 1, 2, 3, and 4. Again, it's directed by the awesome Kenneth Nelson, produced by his wife Latoya Nelson. Phenomenal actors: Chaz, Latoya, Al, Gabby, Emery. It's so many actors, I can't even name everybody. But you can go to iVow Facebook page and check it out.
Great,
Okay.
Very cool.
Well, thanks for coming on with us. We
Thank you
appreciate it.
guys. I love y'all. Y'all crazy.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And Debbie is multi-talented. We're gonna have her come back on and talk about everything that she does.
Yeah, she could sing, she could tap dance. She also worked for the dog rescue committee.
You and dogs.
Foolishness.
Okay. Thank you. No, hold on. You wait. You goddamn it. You don't end it. We in this, Debbie.
I thought I was gonna leave. But y'all do your thing.
No. You already did enough. Okay. Look, ever since you said you had sex, our numbers dropped. They're like, oh shit. Hey, but so you will stay on till we end this, Debbie. You the reason why our numbers dropped. We had 97 people. As soon as you said you're not having sex, we had 22 people.
But why I got 3 messages on my Facebook? I don't know what they want to say.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Yeah, Debbie. Okay. Anyway, so Elliot, hey man, keep them lungs clean. Kimani, clean up your damn room. Anyway, any last words you want to say, Mike, Elliot, Kimani, Lady Melody?
Stay safe. Thank y'all for coming out. God bless y'all.
Always.
Everybody, please stay safe and use common sense. And I'm pretty sure all of y'all do anyway. So this is for the viewers. Be safe.
Okay.
Have common sense.
Social distancing.
Social what?
Distancing.
Oh, okay, I thought you said something else. I'm like, you nasty, Lady Melody. Give me.
Love you, Debbie.
I love you so much.
Oh my God, y'all said I love you 2 times.
I know her almost all of my life. It's crazy.
Oh damn, you that old, Debbie? Debbie, you that old?
I'm not that. I'm not that
older than what you make me.
Okay, I understand. All right, well, look, everybody watching Facebook Live, y'all get the hell on. We gonna stay in here on the back end and still talking. We'll talk to y'all punk ass later. See y'all. All right.